All right, welcome everyone to another episode of the Backlog. I'm with Mr. Picasso Pablo today,
Yeah.
and your subject matter expert at gaming news. And my name is Joel, aka Midlife J,
Midlife crisis, Jay.
Midlife Crisis J. And first thing we want to hop on is talking about games that we ran this week. So go ahead, bro, take it away on what are some games you jumped on last week?
So, Game Pass. I know it's something we've tapped on a few times, but I was able to kind of
For Xbox?
for Xbox for the Series X. I was able to actually get some gaming. The way we play games nowadays, which is like a dabble, like few minutes, and then you go on to the next. Game Pass was really refreshing because I didn't have to commit to spending much. I could just, I wanted to play this game. I just hop on, and sure enough, the first thing I wanted to hop on was Balatro because of its Game of the Year appeal, right?
That's the card game?
It's a card game. It's poker based.
You're not much of a poker guy, right?
No, not at all. Let me share my screen. Let's see if I can give some insight on that. Just a Google image, but hey, it's something, right? So yeah, definitely playing a card game. I've played poker in the past, but it was more Mario Poker. Let me see.
Oh, wait, what? There's a Mario
Yeah.
poker?
So Mario DS, there was Luigi had a casino,
In his mansion?
and he right here. So this is how I've learned how to play. What is the game? Poker? Is it like
Poker. Yeah, you're trying to get pairs, three of a kind, straights.
yes, combinations? I actually learned how to play poker from this game.
Oh
This was
man,
actually
it's a whole conversation right here. Mario games tend to do this. They tend to take a game and break it down to like its fundamentals. So you do have a concept of how to Mario Tennis, for instance. If you don't know how to play tennis, play Mario Tennis, and you'll get the concept of how the scoring goes and how the limitations of the playing field are. So, anyways, that's pretty neat that they had a poker game. I've never heard of this game.
I agree. What a fucking segue, right? I agree. A lot of the sports, a lot of the things that we didn't grow up with or grow up doing, Nintendo gave us an opportunity to that window. I didn't recognize it as gambling. I thought it was fun. You played with digital money, I guess. You even have a bet icon here. All this was on a touch screen on the bottom portion.
There's money. It's there. There's some coins there.
You would have a gambling effect of like I need to bet more to earn more,
Yeah.
and this currency would I could be wrong. It would be then used to go buy more games. So the Mario DS had a mini game collection, and man,
So this is part of a mini game collection, or is this its own thing?
it's part of. Let me see. Open a separate window.
Why does that look
So
so?
this game came along with Mario 64 DS, and I don't know. I don't even know how to say the name of that game. It's the ported 64 game
Right.
that went. Super Mario DS. There we go. Tangent. This game came with mini games, and
And poker was one of them?
poker was one of them. You can see the assortment of games, and they're actually pretty fun. At some point, maybe when we find out how to, I guess,
I faintly
record
remember
that.
this. Like I kind of remember some of this stuff, but not really.
We'll revisit. Let me see if I can stop sharing my screen.
I mean, no, this is good.
Oh no, I get it. I'm just trying to get to the main point, which is Balatro. So my fundamentals are in Mario DS, and It took a while. I refreshed. Okay, poker's poker. It doesn't change. And so I could see the appeal of it. I just didn't want to commit a huge 75-inch screen to it. Maybe if it was on the handheld, like on the Switch, maybe I could give it some more time. But I did see the polish of it, like the design, the animations, the graphics are very
Exciting.
sprite, huh?
Yeah. Like very exciting, very very animated is what you kind of try to say, right? Like it's. But what's the fun factor in it? What is it that makes this game? I mean, we've seen many card games before. What this is perfect situation because you've played it. I haven't. I've only heard. So now you're on the other side. I,
Uh,
before I cross this bridge, what can I expect?
Poker, but for poker by yourself is what I can think this game is for. Like you have a poker itch, you've played poker before and you've played poker with friends. Now playing single player poker, like how do you do that? How do you make that interesting? How do you gamify poker? Like it's kind of like I have an itch to play basketball, but playing basketball by myself is only so fun. I can only score so many, like before it loses the appeal or the challenge.
Sure.
And I think Balatro, I didn't give it a fair chance, like give it its full 2 to 3 hour window. But when I did play, I did see like, oh, okay, if I wanted to like sink time into this, it gives you every opportunity to do so, and it gives you a challenge factor and kind of like a gambling factor. Like I want a better hand, I want to earn more on my return on my risk. It's staged in a way where you beat a level and you could be done with it, or you could challenge yourself or risk it by gambling more. So now you get more money in return, and now you have more money to spend on cards that boost your whatever or give you perks, and
I
then
guess
it just
best way to find
cycle.
out. Best way to find out is to play it yourself to understand what
Yeah.
this experience is like.
The best thing I can say about it is it's a good single player poker game, and I still don't think it hooked me in. As a person that didn't have the itch for poker, I didn't fall into wanting to play poker. So uh, maybe it got overhyped, or I wasn't in the right mental frame.
Yeah, I
Like,
guess my misconception with it is that by calling it a game of the year title, either you're saying to the poker fans that this is high tier uh, a high tier poker game, or that this is a very inviting Mario type game. That's kind of what I'm what I was expecting from this.
give me a second, it's bothering me.
Yeah, you come in a little blurry.
Yeah, it's not focusing.
By the way, we went two different paths on the mustache.
Yeah, I trimmed up, and you
Trying to
went.
trying to grow it over the lip, you know.
Uh, I
It'd be about 6 years till that happens.
I I have patches. I don't know if you can see.
Nah, you're can you autofocus your camera again?
Let me pull it
Or
up.
is it just like your recording quality?
No, it's definitely focused because it was. I troubleshot it right before I got on too.
Um, okay, so I bought this so that I could pair this,
Say that. Okay.
and
Let me see.
I bought the wrong cable. This is perfect, but then the HD it needs a micro HDMI card, HDR micro HDMI port. So I got a mini. I guess this is there's HDMI, there's mini HDMI, and then there's like micro HDMI. I didn't know that.
That sounds confusing. Sounds like
Yeah.
I would have also been confused.
So Xbox, what's it called? Game Pass
Yes.
is would you say it's better than PlayStation's?
I think so. Like flat out,
Because
Sony has.
their plus is not inviting. I feel like it's asking me to buy more shit.
For sure. It is like pay more. I do think the value's there for Game Pass. Like,
Yeah, I feel like the Plus store, the PlayStation Plus, has a lot of content. Uh, None of it that I really want to jump back into,
one
and
of
some
them,
of the games that I do want to play aren't there, or
yeah,
you have to pay
yeah,
$60
you
for
have
them.
to upgrade more. One that I think for whatever reason, I went big instead of going home, and I got like the full. Oh, it's because when I first got the PlayStation Portal, they said that they're going to allow streaming. So you didn't have to stream from your PlayStation 5. You can stream from your Wi-Fi and you can still get games. So I was like, I'm curious to try the service out. So I, paid like $25 for just 1 month and I had access to all these things, services. One that I was like surprised that was there and then surprised why more stuff like this wasn't there was Tekken 2. So it's me, CRT have a fond place for this game that most people, and it's weird because we didn't grow up with this game. We just got into it and I was like, oh, this is good.
Hmm.
Uh, but then we played Tekken 3 and we're like, okay, this is more Tekken. And then I'm like, I want to play Tekken 3. I'm paying for the full service, like the ultimate pass, and I cannot get Tekken 3, but I could get fucking Tekken 2. That's why I'm like, why are we choosing Tekken 2 and then Tekken 6 to be on the service, but you can't give me 1, 3, 4, or 5 or Tekken Tag? I know I'm asking for a lot, like the whole series.
Well, I don't think so because that's kind of the route. This is a different topic, but this is kind of the route that Xbox is taking. They're saying, you know what, we're going to open up everything. It's a
Mm-hmm.
Game Pass, literally. Like,
Yes.
go through everything in our history. It's all yours. It's all
Yeah.
backwards. Not all, but most of it's
Yeah.
backwards compatible. PlayStation's like playing the Nintendo card. Like, nah, I'm not going to give you everything. You're going to pay for that and that and that, which I guess I understand, but there's frustrations with this, and this is where the argument of physical versus digital, and the goats. What I've come down to, a lot of the PlayStation One goats, you got to go back there and find and retrieve as many as you can afford, many as you can find, for I think historical purposes, and because like in this case, right, Tekken 3 is not available. Sometimes you just want to run Tekken 3, and guess what? You're out. You,
Yeah. Gotta,
I, you're
gotta dust
limited.
off the PlayStation 1. Fucking boot it up and oh fuck, why does it look crap on my 75-inch TV? And there you are with a room full of CRTs.
So to wrap up last week's game, so the Game Pass, well worth the money.
I think so.
Do you see this growing? Do you see this becoming the direction of Xbox at least?
It's like where Xbox stumbled on their hardware, they're doing a really good job with their service. If I mentioned this, I mentioned this to a lot of coworkers, at least the ones that game. I was like, what's the new hot game around? Like that's the topic, right? That's usually how I get conversations. Like, hey, have you played the new, uh, the fuck? What was the name of it? The new Doom game. Doom. It's not Doom Eternal, but it's Doom. Doom Dark Ages. And most people are like a profound no, like either the game wasn't for them or it was inaccessible. And I completely agree because I was like, you know what? The only reason I'm talking about this game is because it was day one Game Pass. It was ready to go, and I could play it. Um, I wouldn't have talked about it if it was on PlayStation or if I had no access to it. I still haven't played it, but now I'm like in the window. Like I have no reason not to play it.
That is
So
pretty neat. That is pretty neat. It's not. That's a good approach, I'd say.
yeah, I commend Xbox on their service. Like they're doing a really good job, and a lot of other games I wanted to try out, they're on the service. So um,
Xbox is not out of the game. I think by far.
mm, No,
They're actually well in it and probably getting equipped for the next 10, 15 years. They're
they've
not
just
thinking about
had
it
a,
right now.
they've just had a hard time with their hardware the past 10 years. Xbox Series X, S, and then the Xbox One, which I
And
completely
the controller wasn't even that good.
they
The
didn't really
D-pad
do
sucked.
much with it. Yeah, I didn't like the D-pad either, but I mean, very subjective, but still, we've played a lot of D-pads and uh, playing Tekken on. I know we keep going back to the game. Playing Tekken on a D-pad versus a PlayStation D-pad versus a Xbox D-pad. Like, come on, what the hell?
Yeah, and this isn't for anybody watching. This is not intended to be a Tekken channel, and I would say our goal is to become as diverse as we can. However, there are times where a game hits you, and you got to own that, man. If you're renting a game and you love it, stick with it. Don't force it to be out of your catalog. But
Yeah.
bear with us. This is the phase that we're in. We've been excluded from Tekken for so long. We've been Street Fighters since day one growing up. I mean, Street
Hmm.
Fighters and Mortal Kombat was our thing. Mortal Kombat fell off, and that's actually one of my questions for you: is what do you think was the reason that Mortal Kombat all of a sudden fell off? I mean, it was so strong and prevalent, even all the way up to what, maybe 10 or 12, right?
The everybody renowns, or at least from what I hear from Maximilius, is that Mortal Kombat X or 10 is the
Gold
best
standard. Yeah.
one. Is the gold standard, is the go. Mortal Kombat 11 didn't get up to that high, but was getting better. And then Mortal Kombat 1 comes out, and it's even slower than Mortal Kombat 11. And that's that Mortal Kombat 11 was slow compared to Mortal Kombat X or 10. I think it's called X. Um, so my peak with Mortal Kombat on a personal level was Mortal Kombat 9. That's when they pretty much came back to their 2D roots and started uh, really honing down on simple but fun gameplay. And
Hmm.
then X took it to a new level that incorporated stuff from 9 and then Injustice 1. I don't think Injustice 2 came out yet. And so it just became a better game graphically, mechanically. And then 11 felt like it started to kind of really it's already a franchise, but it started going more franchise and less game.
Hmm.
Like, let's keep this cash cow going. Let's keep milking it. And
You talk about like the Terminator cameos and characters add-ons like that.
well,
What do you mean by franchise?
from a marketing standpoint and from a fan service standpoint, I appreciate both because there's only so much the Mortal Kombat game can do
Hmm.
until you start saying, "Oh, Omni Man, oh, the dude from the Boys is in there. I forgot his name.
Homelander.
Yeah, Homelander's in there. I haven't even watched the show, and I want to play as him. Um, start stuff like that gets me in the door, but I now thinking about it, I think a big appeal of Mortal Kombat back in the day, this is when it first initially came out, whether it was 1 through 4 or the arcade versions, was one, the graphics at the time were very impressive because it was not stock motion, but it was I forgot the term. You take a picture of someone in place and you animate them Donkey Kong style.
Oh, okay, like a render kind of.
Yeah, pre-rendered graphics. So, which is just a photo of a person in a costume. That was like advanced in the day, like the closest thing we can get to uh, graphically realistic graphics, and then gore on top of that. Like, I don't remember, maybe Killer Instinct, but that Killer Instinct for me wasn't mainstream. Mortal Kombat was mainstream. Uh, I had a coworker. Uh, Someone's ringtone goes off, and it sounds like the Mortal Kombat theme song. It's not because it's gone off multiple times. I'm like, that's not. Uh, and then he says something of Mortal Kombat, dun, 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 dun. And I was like, that's not the song, but I appreciate the energy. It's fucking 7 in the morning. Cool, whatever. But it was. He's older than me. He's like 40 plus, somewhere around there. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Mortal Kombat. Like, he doesn't play video games for sure. He goes fishing, hunting.
Not anymore.
I don't know if he does, but I'm not anymore. Yes, but our generation isn't screaming out Mortal Kombat and singing the theme song. I do think it was a time and place type of deal of this was cool, this was advanced, and this there's something behind it because it's a fighting game. Once you have all those factors combined, and now you have somebody jump in with you, now you're creating experiences, and now it's transcending to not just video game people or video game junkies. You go into the mainstream.
And the mainstream culture at the time was you had Terminator, Rambo, Jean-Claude Van Damme. I mean, it was just an action-packed 90s era that kind of got stretched. But are you saying that the culture maybe is just not supporting why Mortal Kombat's not thriving today? And I asked this because Mortal Kombat 1 is almost being given away for free right now. They're like begging for you to jump in and give this a run, and nobody's taking it. There's no there's obviously community for everything, but not very loud. It's not a very big community that's saying, you don't go talk to other gamers and they're like, oh dude, have you tried Mortal Kombat? You don't hear that. You don't hear that even like on if you're streaming any YouTuber, like there's nobody talking about this game. It's very odd how it just like it's there, but nobody cares.
I do think Mortal Kombat has its fan base and it has its community, and it's rock steady. You're gonna have a market for Mortal Kombat out of pure interest of somebody that's always seen it and wants to get into it. But I don't think it's gonna be a mainstream audience. Like, I can't just go to anybody and say, "Hey, have you played Mortal Kombat 1?" I'm like, "What do you mean Mortal Kombat 1?"
Like for the Super Nintendo one,
yeah,
the original.
You're talking about back in the arcades, right?
That was a very confusing branding move, I think, in terms of restarting the franchise all over again like that.
I kind of see what they're going for, but
yeah, it needs a reboot. I get it, but I mean, you're talking about a totally different dimension, a different timeline, a different story, where who knows? Liu Kang is now like the Raiden. Like this is a totally different book.
I will say that was kind of cool at first. Growing up with these characters, you're now flipping some roles, but it wasn't that interesting. It was interesting enough for me. This is stupid. I bought the game like day 1 or day 2. I have the game, and you and me have never ran it.
You have Mortal Kombat 1?
I have Mortal Kombat 1. I wanted to play it because the story mode looked cool. I wanted to play it because the graphics were impressive, and I wanted to know what happened.
Okay.
Install time. It got me out because I bought the game. It's fucking $60 plus, right? And then I download it, and it only installs like a playable version of it, which is like 2 characters.
Oh.
And so I'm like, oh,
while you're downloading, that makes sense though. I mean, sure, yeah,
that too. Exactly. But now I'm like, well, okay, that's it.
I'm surprised you never even brought it over. You didn't mention it. Nothing.
Well, it's locked onto the console, and I can't bring my PlayStation 5 every time.
No, I don't expect you. Which, by the way,
no, it's
that is
bring it. No,
that sucks though, man. Because like sometimes, don't you wish that you could take your console and actually blow it up on a screen somewhere else?
That's where I mean,
That's
that's
where the
what
Switch is killing it, man. You know, like you bring your Switch over on game night, drop it in. All right, let's go. You can't do that with anything else. That is people are shitting on Switch 2 graphics right now. And it's like, yeah, but what it's doing doesn't need to have the funniest are the memes when they talk about what GTA 6 is going to look like on the Switch. They look like PlayStation 1 graphics.
And then to top it off, you put fucking HBO Ellie's face on it. Oh,
It's downright funny. I hope people aren't. I know there's people just running with it, and it's like you guys aren't giving it a fair chance. But
are you talking about the Switch 2 or Ellie?
Switch 2, people are
Okay.
shitting on. Yeah, Ellie that never got a chance.
I was like, give her a chance.
Oh no,
Uh,
I
the
don't want
Switch.
the down. But moving on, adventures. How's your game room, man? You're picking up. You're moving up to the next level. Is what it sounds like.
So here's what happened. We got a new dresser. Well, actually, not even a new. We just got a dresser. We don't
Nice.
have. We don't. I was using the dresser you gave us, which sucked so much.
Which one was
I think
that?
it was Kim's. It's just like a.
Oh, that was just like to get you by. That was I throw that shit in the closet. That's a
Well, it's in
little
the closet.
yeah, it's a little drawer where you can put your socks and shit in. You know,
It
not
was.
not a full blown dresser. No,
The more I used it, the more
put
I
a
hated
TV
it.
on top of it.
It's fucking wobbling. The more I used it, the more I hated it. Miranda had no place for her clothes. We finally buy a dresser. Whether we should have bought one used or from the store, because the store rips you off in so many levels. We bought it from the store, $400. I don't want to think about it. It's done. Uh, and Facebook Marketplace, maybe you could find an equivalent or even better a deal, but time,
Yes, I get that. Sometimes you don't want to deal with it. Just give me
no.
my damn. I just need a dresser. I don't
Yes.
feel like searching and then picking it up and then it weighs 400 pounds, so I need help.
I mean, I still picked it up and didn't opt for the delivery. I would have, but here I am cutting corners. Anyways, we got it set up. We got clothes. Oh my god, this feels like a fucking bedroom now. Hey, would it be cool? Let's throw a TV in here, right? Uh, I almost question like why people struggle to put a TV in their bedroom, and I just think it's like the bedroom you don't want to sink into.
Sacred.
Yeah, but I'm like, I have another TV. I have space for it. So I throw it in, and the first thing that like is jarring is the shitty sound coming from this TV. And it's funny because this TV marketed its speakers as like really good quality, and then you see the back of it, and it's like the shape of a speaker, right?
What is it? LG?
No, Hisense or TCL, one of the two.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a Hisense, but I could be wrong. But it has Fire TV baked into it, which is really annoying because, man, the operating system runs like shit. It's so slow, and the amount of ads that get pushed down you. The reason this TV was so cheap was because it ads are baked into it.
Oh,
So you can't take it out because the OS is already
with
incorporated to it.
with no memory, and this is actually a good argument for why people prefer to not get a smart TV. Like, let me add on the smart features itself. Just give me the TV, especially like the NVIDIA. What
NVIDIA
is it?
Shield.
The NVIDIA Shield, which is going to give you high audio, high visual quality. And if you stream it through your TV, which is just kind of bottom tier shit, you're not gonna get the best audio.
No,
And now that you've seen like or we've seen what towers can put out, when you run Netflix on high audio quality speakers, it sounds like shit because all it's doing is amplifying the noise even more,
yeah,
and you really got to have a good quality. So, anyways, I was just going off on the TV
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah. No, but very true on all points. Or first of all, we're at a point where, dude, you can get a TV out the store and it runs so much applications and so many things out the box. It comes ready to watch, as opposed to you buy a TV 15, 20 years ago. All you got was a TV and you would just run static on it unless you had something ready to go with it.
Yeah.
This, you have something to watch. So, yeah, good job. But now we're past that, at least at our stage. Maybe not other people that just want something to put in their room. But after we hear like good quality speakers, we see good quality monitors, good quality TVs, we're like, okay, now I have a threshold of I don't always have to be up here, but I at least want to be baseline. And that's what I wanted for the room. So the visual quality of the TV is, I would say, okay. It's not the best,
Not the worst.
not the worst.
Okay.
QLED, surprisingly, the blacks are really good, but not to an OLED quality. But it does have high contrast and high brightness. This TV, okay contrast, and then
4K.
4K, I don't know, 1080p for sure. I think what's between, I think they might do 1440p.
Ultra
It doesn't,
HD or something like that.
yeah, I would say it doesn't need it because it's a 45 inch.
Oh, okay.
I'm okay without it.
Yeah.
Uh, Visuals are good, but the speaker was just awful. Like I did not want to watch shows on it because I'm like, I would rather just watch this in the living room and be slightly uncomfortable and get the audio experience out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I got gifted not one but two AV receivers from our good friend CRT. One of them just chilling in my closet. The other one, it's in the garage. I didn't want to move that one, so I got the one in my closet, which I had a bin, a 17-gallon bin of four speakers, four like tweeters, like surround sound tweeters, one center channel, and to top it off, you gave me a subwoofer this past I think 2 weeks ago. So I had everything, and I'm over here. We go to Best Buy and we shop around for fucking sound bars, and then I go to Best Buy, play them. I'm like, this is like down the middle, if not lower.
Yeah.
And I'm still missing my sub, and they're
Yeah.
selling this for 150 to 200.
Damn.
And I'm like, now Miranda just wants to get something just to put it, like, I'll buy it, and as long as I have sound quality, I'm happy. And I'm just like, let me try to think. Let's do our research before we commit financially to it. And then I already had the wire speaker. By the way, I lost your wire splitters. I have no idea where they're fucking at. They were so nice when I had
My
them.
wire splitters.
No. Remember, you gave me some.
Oh,
They're
okay.
a package. They're a package.
Yeah. Okay.
I
I
don't
was
know.
like, you son of a bitch.
Oh, no. You gave me some.
Yeah. I know which one you're talking about. They were kind of cheap, but they worked. They were.
They worked in no wire splitters, because now I'm over there with a knife trying to get the plastic off.
Caveman.
Caveman sucks, but I got it. I did it. I got the two speakers. I got the
Wires
receivers.
were all fucked. The plastic's
Yeah.
all frayed.
I just lost a few. Don't worry about it.
There's enough contact. You'll be fine.
Miranda was freaking out. I was like, "Oh, I cut him." I'm like, I don't care about one or two copper wires. Like, get that shit out of here. Yeah, there's enough continuity to work. Anyways, I don't know what you call it, your left and right channels. I get those working, right? And it took a while. You have to get the length down. It was fun. It was a fun experience. People hate the push pins. I wasn't that against it. Everybody wants banana plug pins.
Because I think in like where you're at, it's fun because you're setting it up, but you're gonna want to upgrade soon, and then you're like, oh, son of a bitch, I gotta unfucking screw these things, and then put it back again. It's just kind of annoying where you could just like plug, and you're done.
totally see it because
Especially with the more speakers you have. If you have surround sound speakers, you're talking about 5 speakers. You got to mess with.
I will say so. Two left and right channels, right? And I'm like, oh wow, this is way better. Like these are the speakers that CRT didn't care about, didn't want, and just wanted to go to a good place, good home. And I was like, he didn't give two shits about these two speakers or these sets of speakers. And there are miles, thousands of miles better than any speaker you'll get on a monitor.
Are
And
you
I was
running? Are you running your center speaker too?
so that's the thing. The TV right now is on. It's not mounted, so there's not enough clearance.
You got to get it mounted and get that center speaker. There's so much dialogue put out through that center speaker.
Absolutely, I agree. I will get there.
Yeah. Good. Well, you're making progress.
I'm making progress. I'm ready to go to center channel. All I have is two channels. I'm like, whatever. Stereo does a lot of work compared to just having nothing mono.
It's mushed. When you have a sound bar, you're talking about highs, mids, lows, all trying to come out from this little bar, and there's just some natural physics that if you have a big speaker, you can put out some good bass versus like your tweakers. Your sound bar technically can only do really good at maybe like some highs and some mids, and that's about it. So you're lacking a lot of depth, and it's trying to give you that. So now you're forcing this thing to not work the way it should.
Yeah.
Be. So
yeah,
nobody
cramming.
wants a big tower that's about 10 inches by 10 inches by like almost 4 feet tall. Nobody wants that, but you've heard it. I've heard it. There's no replacement for that. No replacement.
Once I heard it, I was like, I don't like. To me, the size doesn't matter. I could see how people don't want the size in their room. Maybe they don't have the space. Maybe they don't want to commit to it. But dude, once you experience tower speakers,
you will make room from here on out. You're like that dresser's too big.
Yeah, get rid of it. I'm mounting the TV, and we're putting all of our clothes in this cabinet that Joel gave me.
Yeah, we're going up. We're making a hole in the ceiling.
So absolutely agree. I know there's more in the sound quality. I went from level 1, 2 all the way up to 6, and it was so nice.
I was just there not too long ago. Remember, I had Bose computer speakers, and I thought I was killing it. Like, you stupid ass,
I was tempted to do that too. I was the Aura speakers I have right there. I was tempted to move those into the bedroom, but I was like the more I thought about like moving speakers around, I'm like, these are okay. We're
pretty impressive though where we're at in this audio world. I would say we're by no means audiophiles. We couldn't tell you what speakers to buy, but we can tell whether that's good or bad just by hearing it.
Yes.
Cool, man. Getting your audio set up. We'll wrap it up with last week's game night. A game that we ran that we didn't really sink much into, but was really fun. Was
you finally got it.
I actually got 2 of them because the other one's in the other room. I was gonna go like that. Wow. But I pre-ordered the one from Best Buy, not knowing that our local game store was gonna have these on hand. So
you scooped it up.
This is the one from Tronics, and then the other one just came in today, and it came out Friday, so I was pissed because I was like, man, and I'm so glad that you downloaded it because I really wanted to run this on game night, and I'm dead in the water now. Thank you. It maybe because I pre-ordered it a little late, but still, it told me that it would get here on Friday, if not a little bit later. A little bit later on Tuesday for a pre-order, that's a big deal.
It's like the whole point of me pre-ordering it was to get it the ahead of time. Yes. And that was another thing. I wasn't completely lying to you when I said I was thinking about getting it for next week or this current week. I just didn't know where it was going to fit in our schedule, I guess.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And the more I thought about it, I'm like, well, price is only going to go down by like $10-15 at most. Fuck
Mm-hmm.
it, scoop it. My challenge was more of like, do I want it digitally or do I want it physically? I'm like, digital for now. Uh, there's an option to pre-order a digital game, and what you'll do is you'll pay the money, and it'll download as soon as it's digitally available.
Oh, that's nice.
I was kind of risking that my Switch will pick up your Wi-Fi and then run with it and download it in the background. And sure enough, that's what happened. But I was like, that'll suck if I buy it and I still need to download it while I'm still at your place. But you were
Yeah, that
running
would suck.
Final Fantasy. You were running Final Fantasy 16 long enough that it gave me a chance to
Ah, nice.
uh,
Well, that worked out
download.
perfectly.
Yeah, and I
So,
was like, usually game on something.
so I wanted to quickly show you the value of it. Uh,
Yeah,
Fighting Collection 2 comes with looks like 8 title games, and this is probably going to be one of the most expensive ones, which is Project Justice, a game that you will probably never run on your own because let alone you're going to spend about $200. Can you see the screen, by the way?
yeah. I also have mine pulled up on the side too.
Oh man. So for a clean copy, you're looking at $200 just for that game right there. And this
Man.
was fun. This game, Project Justice, I gotta say, this was interesting.
Yeah, but is it worth $200 for interesting? Like that is my, I don't know. This is really expensive.
Yes, but even if it was $100, you're still getting a pretty good deal. Where's the? This is the soccer, almost like a rugby player.
Rugby,
Where's the swimming guy?
the swimmer dude, man, that guy is right next to him.
This guy?
Yeah, you can see his swim cap on. I picked him because he was the goofiest one, and I'm like, this whole game is goofy right now.
He threw me off the most. But anyways, you're getting Capcom versus SNK 1 and 2. They look good. Not as good as what you're gonna see on the CRT, but this looked pretty damn good. And then we also ran. Was it just Project Justice? I don't think we ran any of the others.
I had a game.
Power Stone.
So we
No, we
didn't run
haven't.
Power Stone. I do think there's enough. We can stretch this out even to the bad one, which we both know what we're talking about. Capcom versus SNK, Millennium Fight 2000. Capcom versus SNK 2, Mark of the Millennium 2001. It's such a 2001 title. Got
Yeah.
Project Justice. Got our old classic fucking shit in the bucket Capcom Fighting Evolution.
But yeah, that's the third.
Yeah, it's more of like a de-evolution. You're going back and getting a Neanderthal head.
Don't
Uh,
get me wrong, the cover is really cool, and it's got Guile on it too. And I'm like, oh
my,
man,
my boy Guile.
yeah, your Guile.
Uh,
Why you
Street
do this to me?
Fighter Street Fighter Alpha 3, which now that I'm looking at it, I don't know if it's Alpha Max or Alpha Upper. I don't know. There's different versions of this game, and I just went through a whole video.
So, from what I understand, oh no, I don't know. I'm thinking of a different game.
Hmm.
But usually on these collections, they'll usually give you the latest and greatest, and because it's like made the seems like the a lot of the developers are actually some really big fans. They're really nitpicky about what moves and what versions are going to cross over. So like, what was it like the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Part Two? They gave you the Dreamcast version, which was like, or was it Dreamcast or was it? I think it was Dreamcast and something. Anyways, they
Yeah,
gave you the best version.
yeah. There is a yeah. They went through several patches, and these
Yeah,
are like physical arcade patches. They not stuff you download. You have a tech go out to the arcade and install whatever fucking disc or card onto it, and then you have a new game. So very financially does not make sense nowadays to
Yeah.
physically match something.
So if you can get it, scoop it up. The price is going to drop maybe $10. Is that worth waiting? Absolutely not. And then part one fighting collection is already starting to become very difficult to find. Physical,
Physically,
yes, physical.
dude, it was so cheap when Marvel versus Capcom collection came out.
Yeah. So
Uh,
worth the scoop. Definitely a banger, a collection of bangers. People have been overly excited. The question now is, well, what's next? I don't know. I don't know what next fighting collection. I mean, goddamn, they like I said, they've been giving it to us. We're good.
I don't. I know they've already given it to us in different forms, different collections. But I'm still waiting for a third strike. Still waiting for a third strike. They gave us the anniversary edition, which people have. They're okay with it, but there's some complaints.
Yeah.
But if you get the same attention and love you did with all these plus third strike, like I could see you building a game or a collection of games around it.
And Third Strike on the collection, anniversary collection, it was on PS2, so it was interlaced, I believe.
That you're talking about the anthology.
Mm.
And then there's Street Fighter collection. Remember the one that we have all the Street Fighters to choose from?
Oh, Third Strike's on there?
Remember, we're on the Switch, I'll run it. And
Oh,
that's how we run
yes,
it.
yes, yes. What was
And
the
then
downfall of it?
the versus mode, like we don't have a dedicated versus mode. I have to go back,
Takes you out of the game, yes.
takes
I
me
remember.
out. I got to go on stage, got to select a character. I know it's like a very minor,
No, that's a big deal. Even when you're
like
playing, part of the addiction with Tekken is that in the dojo version, it's like it just boom throws you right into the next one,
yep.
rematch.
I'm ready for more clap cheeking, cleep
uh,
weeking.
let me finish it up on two games that we ran that drew little excitement from each other, but just ourselves. Final Fantasy 16. I tried running it for you. I think there was an exciting part, but it wasn't enough for you to have your full attention. And
Not,
then
not. I was over here enjoying my pizza.
yeah, and I dropped you into a very like the battle had just finished. It's starting to begin the cycle all over again. So I was just trying to rush it, get into a fight scene so you can kind of see the mechanics of it.
I see it,
Because
but like you're playing it, I'm not playing it, so I'm like, yeah, he's doing a lot of flashy moves. It was exciting when you finally uh, got challenged by that mini boss, by that stray enemy that's just
Stray
at your
Enemy
level,
wiped me out, and I was actually very excited about that. I love that kind of stuff. Like,
right?
oh, okay, take it serious
Challenge.
again. Yeah,
And an optional one too. That is probably the best one. Like you go around me, but you really want to fuck me up.
yeah. You want to live your life like that?
Bitch.
Yeah, basically is what he's telling you. But I understand because when you played the next game, which was Undertale, highly rated, great music, got a great story behind it. Probably one of the best indie games to come out in the last 10 years. Um, I couldn't get into it just because I didn't have enough context for the game. I have context, but not like you're halfway the game, maybe not even, maybe 20% of the game, but that's enough for you to be further along to where I don't know what's going on.
I beat the game already, but it
Really?
has multiple endings, and I was actually interested in the path I was choosing. And your actions do have consequences, as a lot of RPGs. You're in a role playing game, and you're just following the story. Like it's already laid out for you. There might be some divergence, but you don't have what's the presence. You don't have uh, yeah, I guess you don't have presence in the story. The story, you're in the story.
Yeah.
and you're not really dictating whether it goes this way or that way.
Yes.
I'm overhyping how much influence you have on the story, but you do see impacts in the choices you make, and they're very small, but they really kind of make it count.
There was a scene where you went back and talked to one of the. It was like somebody selling you something. I think it was a cat, and it reminded me that
Oh,
on Earthbound it has that feature. It has where you go back if you continue to create dialogue with the people around you, you'll get
hmm
new conversations, and it
yeah.
gave you that. So I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah, that was probably I didn't even know because I remember my first playthrough. I completely ignored this guy. Like I didn't want to talk to him.
It's funny because the humor is different. It's not dark humor. It's like it's so sad. It's funny.
Oh yeah,
The cat's like telling himself a lie and trying to get through a certain situation. He's a prisoner, I think, of his own
yeah.
world.
Oh my god, I was like, oh, so much relatability in this
I
guy.
know, I know. I could tell he hit your heartstrings, man. He knew exactly where you were at.
Uh, fucking crying. Uh, I did like the effort that they gave on little things like that, and even the developer said, "Yeah, this game looks ugly sometimes, but like that's part of the charm right there." And
Yeah, I saw that. It gave me almost that Wario pizza game
fucking
feeling.
Pizza Tower.
Yeah.
I will say it doesn't that art style that you saw with the cashier. You really don't. It's not common. That was probably the first time we see that Rimpin Stimpy type of style of
Ren
like
and Stimpy. Yeah.
gross but funny, gross
Yeah.
funny. And that's what was like so funny. Like it's a new style. It comes out of nowhere. It hits you, and then the humor and the dialogue. It's so like hard, sad but funny humor.
Yeah. It was
And
messed up.
it's funny because a lot of the stuff can go over your head, especially in between like boss battles. They'll throw you little bits of dialogue, and there's so much humor or there's so much like content within each little text. And that's when you started tuning out, and that's when I was like, oh, I'm in. Like I'm in a boss fight. It's a shmup. I gotta figure things out with the boss. I could decide to kill him, but that's like the easy way out. Instead, I'm trying to probe him and trying to
Yeah.
de-escalate.
You're trying to understand what is the weakness to this villain or this
Yeah,
bad guy you're playing.
which is the whole fun part of an RPG. Like if you know an enemy's weak to like electric attacks, it's like one dimensional. But once you're like, oh, this is a new enemy, and I have to figure this puzzle out.
From what I hear, I think that's where Shin Megami Tensei really capitalized on knowing, understanding your opponents, which requires you to do a lot of reading and exploring. And I think that's why that game was so fun for that type of gamer.
Uh,
That
I,
not you're not just powering through. They're giving you context clues to figure out just enough to be able to figure out uh, what this opponent is strong at and weak at, what to avoid.
it is like a more mature Pokemon kind
Yeah,
of game from what
kind
I
of
hear.
almost a book, kind of. Like you got to do a lot more reading and a little more deep diving. But once you get in that level, you're in a different world. You literally are in a different world that most people are not willing to go into.
I will say once you're in that mindset and like you said, in that world, you're in it. Like
Dude, that's your
you're
game.
in it.
That's
You're
your
in
game.
yeah,
That's your
you're in
life.
space. Yeah. There's like seven of these if you really want to play them all. And then Persona, you brought up Persona 2 today, which I was like, original Personas almost look cooler than some of the current Personas we have right now. And it's such a departure of the art style. I would say it's a good evolution from where they came from, but I was like, damn, that's kind of cool. Like their roots they look strong from what I saw, especially with like their isometric gameplay and artwork.
Yeah.
Good design from what I saw. Holy fuck, the price though.
insane. I don't know if that's what they all go for, but that was the first time I had seen it. So you're looking around $400. But I like clicking on the $500 ones because they're usually like top notch
Yes,
quality.
this is the best quality.
Yeah,
Oh man, this game, if we came across it, I would have never bought it.
yeah. This is not a very inviting game. This is not Mario.
Crash Bandicoot or
Hey, what's going on
Persona
here?
2? Heart titties. That maybe.
Vavavoons.
Yeah, Vava Booms. Whoa, the Matrix.
Last thing I got is I got a gift from Mr. CRT, and
Damn. Is it my shirt?
if he's watching this now, dun 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 dun, that's the hint that you're getting. Can you see it?
Nintendo Power, but which one? Which one is this one? Hold up.
Can you see it? Castlevania.
Man, I was trying to figure out what the fuck it was. I see it, the boot.
Yeah.
Oh, 4. Nice.
Yeah, I bought me a healthy stack, and this was the reason that I wanted to get it, and it's in pretty good shape. So
Damn.
I'm hooking up everybody on Nintendo Power, man.
I was like, fuck.
And we haven't talked about much about it. I think we've kind of glossed over it, but as usual, every Nintendo Power. I mean, here's a prime example. Like you're getting some hella good content,
Dude,
and in this case, you have a map of Castlevania 4. It's kind of, I know it's upside down, but
nice. Yeah, no, I see it.
it, dude, there's your roadmap. That's how you beat the game.
What do you call it? The Nintendo Power that you gifted me. Remember how I said, oh, I should leave this here? And then you're like, oh, you're leaving your magazine? I'm like, all right, time to leave it in the car. Well, guess where the car's at? It's at the mechanic shop. So I'm like, like
Just baking in there, man.
just bacon. And I don't know if Luis is just going to go in and grab it and rip a page out. Oh, what the?
How amazing though that these magazines have been around for so long. And I'm trying to look for the date, but I'm imagining this game was, if this was volume 32, had to have been late 80s, 89 maybe. No, it had to have been later because Castlevania 4 came out probably
Super
94,
Nintendo.
94.
94.
So this thing is 30 years old. Pretty damn impressive that those magazines stay in pretty good shape. I think they're just higher quality, and sometimes you get lucky. People take care of them. But anyways, I think that's a wrap. You got anything else?
Just that I have more Capcom versus SNK in the back over there, but it's the stupid version,
Which one's that?
Evo,
The GameCube?
the GameCube one.
Oh, what is
I
it?
played it real quick to see. It's like, what's wrong with it? Oh, there's so much wrong with it. The
There's
triggers
there's
are
there's a game that's worse than that you have. It's on the Wii, and it has it's Capcom, and is it Speed Racer?
no, it's that dude Tatsunaki or something like that.
Yeah, that game is probably one of the worst in my opinion. In terms,
Also,
I don't know why that game just did not. I did not like it, man. I think it was the buttons. It was like it was too simplified because it had to be. Maybe we'll go back and give it a run later.
yeah, but I did feel something about it.
And I think you paid like 40 or $50 for that game, which
I was like, no one's buying this.
there's your Speed Racer.
The Speed Racer, 67 bucks. I can't realistically see this going up in price, but I thought it just looked cool.
Yeah, man, it's a Capcom fighting game. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
dude. Beautiful Joe in the back, just doing
I
some gay
I
shit.
wanted to buy it, and I remember it was sitting there at Tronics for a long time, and you just said, "Fuck it, let's do it."
I just don't know who the fuck these guys are. This is so
I
Japanese.
don't, I dude, have you heard of a Tatsunoko game?
I think it might be like a show from what It looks like. I could be totally wrong. Their art design looks totally cool though. Like fucking Power Ranger. Don't know what it is. Oh, look.
Yeah, I could have swore he's on there. He's not. Are you sure that's not him?
I don't know. He pops up in it.
Anyways, I think that's a wrap. I think that's good. Appreciate your time for anybody watching. We're about to get some gaming on and catch us next week. Hope y'all have a
Yeah.
good one.
There's guys.